What is going on, everybody? And I hope you're having a fantastic Thursday morning so far. This is NYG Jeffy T 85, and I'm just here to give you my recap of the Brooklyn Nets versus the Milwaukee Bucks preseason game last night, in which the Brooklyn Nets ended up defeating the Milwaukee Bucks by the score of 107-97. And some of the things that I took out of this game in terms of things I liked, some of the things that I didn't like, and also in terms of what the Brooklyn Nets need to do heading into their last preseason game this Friday against the Minnesota Timberwolves, and also getting ready for the Brooklyn Nets regular season debut against the New Orleans Pelicans next week, starting off the NBA season. So one of the things that I really liked in the game last night, especially, had to do with the Brooklyn Nets being able to have strong ball movement on the court against that Milwaukee Bucks team. I really believe that the Brooklyn Nets did an excellent job moving the basketball around, getting the ball to their open shooters, getting the ball to the guys near the basket, getting them open shots, whether it was open jump shots, layups, and of course alley-oops and dunks. I thought the Brooklyn Nets ball movement last night was very impressive. I mean, just going by the stats right now that you see, Brooklyn Nets had a lot of assists last night. They really did. The Brooklyn Nets were facilitating the basketball a lot last night. They had 32, count them, 32 assists in the game last night. That is winning basketball formula right there. If you can get the ball to your open teammates, not be selfish out there, and not try to look for the one-on-one shots the entire time, and you get the basketball to your teammates in the open floor where they can put up the good shots, then you know what? That's a formula for winning basketball, and that's exactly what the Brooklyn Nets did last night. They were passing the ball, they were getting their guys open, they were getting them in good positions, and the Brooklyn Nets made the most of it overall. So I really was pleased by the ball movement overall last night, especially by Ben Simmons and Kevin Durant. And in a little bit of way, Kyrie Irving, but Simmons and Durant were assisting the ball and getting the ball to their open teammates a lot. And that includes the fact that the Nets had, 32 assists overall. How can you not be excited about that? That's winning basketball formula overall. Simmons had 10 assists on the game. Durant had 8. So I was really pleased with the ball movement overall from this Brooklyn Nets team. And another thing I was very happy about was the aggressiveness towards the basket. And the Nets weren't just completely settling for jump shots, poor jump shots, three-point shots, or stuff like that. The Nets were being aggressive going to the basket. They were trying to create shots and trying to draw fouls against the Milwaukee Bucks. That's something that the Nets need to do. Use your aggressive play. Obviously, you don't want to be too overly aggressive where you're going to commit offensive fouls, but be aggressive to the basket. Make the other team commit fouls against you, and that's what the Nets did last night, something they haven't done so far this preseason. They were playing aggressive. They were not playing in fear. They were going to the basket, making the Bucks commit fouls against us, and that's what the Nets need to continue to do going into this NBA season, starting off next week. So I really was pleased with that whole result with the Nets, besides the passing and facilitating the basketball. Obviously, I was impressed. I was actually pretty impressed with Ben Simmons last night. I thought Ben Simmons had his best game so far since coming back from surgery on his back. And his first couple of games he's played, it was pedestrian at first, but I thought Ben Simmons came out in this game. He was playing more aggressive. He was not afraid to shoot. He actually had 7 points on the game. He was facilitating the basketball. He was stealing the basketball. He had a couple of steals in this game. He was playing good defense. I thought overall, this was Ben Simmons' best game so far as a Brooklyn Net. I know it's preseason. Take what you can get for like a grain of salt. But Ben Simmons overall, I thought, played his most impressive game all around for the Brooklyn Nets so far. And it's not a coincidence that the Nets ended up having their best game on the basketball court. And both Durant and Irving, they went out there and besides were rebounding the basketball, they were facilitating the basketball, they were scoring the basketball. So I thought the Nets had their best game overall from the big three, and especially from Ben Simmons. And one of the other things that really impressed me the most, and which I was very happy about, the Nets' young players were playing very well last night. Namely, Cam Thomas, I thought, came off the bench, and he had a pretty strong game shooting the basketball. But mostly the people I was impressed with the most, Nicolas Claxton and Da'Ron Sharpe. I thought the Nets center play last night was the best thing to take out of this game besides the ball movement and Ben Simmons playing well. The center position for the Nets was looking very strong overall. Sure, the personal fouls is something you want to work on, but overall I thought both Nicolas Claxton and Da'Ron Sharpe were driving to the basket. They were rebounding the basketball consistently. They were also getting their teammates involved. I mean, Da'Ron Sharpe last night had 5 steals. He had 5 rebounds and 11 points in 18 minutes. Nicolas Claxton in 26 minutes, he had 9 rebounds, 3 steals, and 16 points. That is good production from your center position. And both guys were blocking shots. Both guys were driving to the basket. They were getting 3-point conversions. They were playing good defense. I thought the center position for the Brooklyn Nets was very, very impressive. And if this is a sign of things to come for the Brooklyn Nets, then we actually might be in good hands with our 2 young centers right now in Nicolas Claxton and Da'Ron Sharpe. So I'm very happy right now overall from the play from Da'Ron Sharpe and Nicolas Claxton at the center position. And hopefully they're going to be able to continue that basketball play going into the regular season, starting this next week against the Pelicans. Now, one of the things, though, if I have to be if I have to go a two-way street, one of the things that I'm still a little bit concerned about is the turnovers. I think this team is still turning the basketball over way too much. I know last night they only turned the ball over 14 times. That's a positive sign. But still, this team was giving the basketball away a little bit way too much. And the Nets have got to clean that up and do a much better job at not turning over the basketball. I mean, it was better, but still. Turnovers are going to kill you in a basketball game. And the Nets have got to do a better job keeping control of the basketball. Last night was better, but still, you have to be careful with the turnovers overall. And I thought also a little bit of a concern is that the Nets were committing way too many fouls too. I mean, especially at the center position. The Nets were getting way too many fouls down low. Giannis Antetokounmpo was having his way against the Nets down low, against the Nets front court. He was drawing fouls constantly. So the Nets have got to be careful in terms of fouls, especially Nicolas Claxton. Nicolas Claxton's not going to be on the court very long if he keeps committing fouls like he is. He had 5 fouls last night. Now, I know it's preseason. Take it with a grain of salt, but still. You got to make sure you don't commit too many fouls on the basketball court, or you're not going to have a lot of time on the basketball court because you're committing way too many fouls. You're going to be sitting more times on the bench, if anything. So, Claxton, I think, and the Nets got to be careful with the fouls. Have to be careful with the fouls. But overall, I thought this was a positive sign going into this game. And remember, we didn't have Seth Curry. We didn't have Edmund Sumner. We didn't have TJ Warren. We didn't have Joe Harris. All these guys are still nursing injuries. Not sure when they're going to be back. It sounds like Harris is going to be back by the beginning of the season. They're just maintaining his injury. Seth Curry, I'm not sure when he's going to be back. Might be back by the beginning of the season, but he could miss some time depending on how he's recovering from that ankle surgery. But overall, I thought this was a very, very strong start for the Brooklyn Nets. I thought they had one of the best games so far as a team last night. Balanced scoring pretty much up and down. I mean, Nets had at least 5 guys in double figures last night, and then a couple of guys who were not that far from scoring double figures. That's what you need this Nets team to do. Balanced scoring, facilitating the basketball, strong defense, running up and down the floor, fast break offense, and that's a key for Brooklyn Nets success if the Nets want to go where they want to go, and that's, of course, to the NBA Finals and winning an NBA championship this year. So, overall, positive signs from the Nets last night. Sure, there's things they need to clean up, but overall, I thought the Nets played a very strong game on the court, beating one of the better teams. Yes, the Bucks didn't have Chris Middleton, but still, Giannis was there, Lopez was there, Holiday was there. I mean, they were missing some pieces too. Grayson Allen wasn't there, but still. I thought overall the Nets played a good basketball game, and it's going to be a positive sign leading into the beginning of the NBA season starting next week. And we all, as Nets fans, are damn excited for the beginning of the NBA season starting up very soon. So that's just my Brooklyn Nets recap for this preseason game last night as the Nets won the game 107-97. A lot of good to take out of it. some bad, but mostly good to take out of this game. So if you guys like this video, please hit the like button below. Sub up if you haven't already to NYGJeffyT85, where I'm going to give you news, rumors, chatter, roster and injury updates, as well as game recaps for the Brooklyn Nets. Turn on the bell for notifications on the next video or short dropping surrounding the Brooklyn Nets. And let me know in the comment section what you took out of this game, this preseason game against the Milwaukee Bucks for the Brooklyn Nets. What you liked, what you disliked, and what you're looking forward to this Brooklyn Nets team doing against the Minnesota Timberwolves this Friday and heading into the regular season starting next week. So I thank you very much, everybody. I hope you have a fantastic rest of your Thursday. Have a great rest of your week as well. We're almost there at the weekend. We're almost at the beginning of the NBA season. I cannot wait. I can't wait to see this Brooklyn Nets team get on the basketball court and show what this team could do during the regular season. And of course, let's go Brooklyn Nets. As always, it's a Nets world, and we just live in it.